There are 3 seasons in Thailand. Hot, hotter, and hottest.
We're here at the world premiere. You're releasing this coveted project you worked on with such a tight-knit family.
There's no pressure.
Yeah, none, right?
Zero.
But how are you feeling tonight, knowing that the audiences are going to see it?
I have had, I think we all have, but I've had days of anxiety leading up to this experience. But now that we're here, and now that you're all here, now all of these photographs are being taken, all of these people have flown in from all over the world. You know what? Bring it on. You know, we've been holding on to this for so long, and I think that it will be very cathartic to put it out in the world, regardless of what the reaction is. For me, it's like we can't hold it in any longer, so it's best to just give it to the world, and hopefully it resonates with them as much as it did with me and the rest of us.
We're having a little reunion right in front of all of you. It's such a special thing to get to make a show like that so far away from home.
And I really feel, you've got cast members right beside you. I feel like this is a tight-knit group, and you were all a part of this super unique experience. What was one of the takeaways, and do you think there will be a 10-year reunion?
Oh gosh, interesting. I suppose all the people who will ever be in White Lotus, it's such a particular and singular experience. We're like astronauts, and I feel like, yes, we would get together on some island somewhere to talk about it, because there's no way to describe it to anyone else who wasn't there. Even my husband, he didn't come down. I will never be able to describe to him what it was actually like to do it.
And you lived in the White Lotus, basically. Like, I heard the rooms and gorgeousness, like it was...
Yes, but we moved 12 times. We were also like living out of a suitcase, like a traveling troupe of theater actors. You had to remake your routine every 10 days, it felt like. So we were always, figuring out our new way of living and trading information. And that's really, it's a bonding experience for sure.
I also think that's very on track for how I feel like Mike operates. Like, it's a very Mike White fit, right?
Well, he puts the actors in the same situation as the characters. Wherever you go, there you are. He's taken you away from your life and plunked you down to face all of your worst habits and existential crises that you thought you dispensed with at 27, but you didn't. Turns out you didn't.
It feels amazing. I mean, it's scary. It's like one of the biggest roles I've had, so it's maybe even big enough for someone to mention me badly in a review. So I pray that doesn't happen.
Okay. Have you listened to Lisa's Born Again yet?
Hell yeah, I have. It's amazing. Lisa's amazing. I love her. She's great.
I know. See, this is the theme song for me tonight, but will there be tequila at this after party? What do you think? Because I hear Lisa's all about the tequila.
She loves tequila, and if there's not, then she's going to leave, so there better be tequila.
There better be tequila.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm feeling good. I'm feeling like I think I'm in just disbelief at the moment.
Right.
I'm just wondering how Mike is feeling. I'm just like I like that. This is really his baby, Like, I'm just here. I'm just lucky to be here. But no, I'm really excited. It's really special, and I think people are really gonna love it.
I'm feeling really great. I'm really excited. I mean, like, there's part nerves with it all of just how big of a show and the amount of fandom and all that kind of stuff, but it's been a dream come true. I'm excited, and I'm looking forward to actually watch it with an audience.
Yeah, I was going to say, because, you talked about how much fun and what a unique experience this whole thing was for you with this family. Such a connected bond with all you actors, but now you're letting it out there.
Yeah.
And are you excited to finally, talk about it? Because I feel like you've been holding all the secrets.
I still am I have to be hush-hush about it. They're like, you can do press, but don't say anything after episode 1, so I can't say much.
Yeah.
But it'd be cool to watch it unravel over the 8 weeks, and it's kind of that old school HBO feeling of weekly episodes. I'm excited.
A moment.
Thank you.
You're like a sculpture.
Thanks. Well, what's nice is it really keeps you up. You can't slouch in this. Do people say you look like Elizabeth Berkley? Because right now I'm just seeing it.
No, I haven't had that in a minute, so thank you very much. I will take that
it's
as
real Elizabeth Berkley vibes, and she's a great person too.
This is a double whammy. Amazing.
Amazing all around.
I gotta say, congratulations. We're finally here at the premiere. You're releasing it into the world. I know how much this project meant to you. How does it feel to be amongst all your castmates, have the reunion happening in real life?
I don't know. It feels, if can I be honest, I know the answer is like, it feels amazing. It feels scary. Like all of a sudden, like we've had this experience that was so like near and dear to us and beloved by us. And it feels very vulnerable for the world to see it because people love the show. And you just want them to love it as much as season 1 and season 2. So it feels daunting in a way, exciting, once in a lifetime, singular, all of the things, but a bit scary. And I feel like, oh God.
As someone who's seen 6 episodes, I saw 6. So I can say it lives up to all the hype. It lives up to all the other seasons.
Pretty big, right?
It's uniquely its own. So congratulations on that. No, truly. I really, and I also was talking to some of your cast members, and they said that you would be the most likely to organize a reunion in 10 years.
It is true. It is true. It's like I'm a bit of a Julie McCoy. Like I'm like, hold on, I'm going to be the cruise director. I don't know. I just am trying to like not. Thing is that I'm a little shy that if I do that with people that they won't like call back. That's where so that's the truth. But so then I make myself do it. But yeah, I would.
You get to party.
I get to party.
How much fun did you have filming this?
It was so easy working with Michelle and Leslie and Carrie. So and the boys, of course, Yuri and Arnas. We became friends really quickly because we had to. Because we were in the first 5 shooting days. We were on day 5. We had to already do the ending of some of the stuff that was happening. So we already had to build those relationships in like 10 minutes before we go on set and go action. But the girls were incredibly welcoming, and as you expect from such big stars, that they're always very humble and very welcoming, and just want to make sure that you feel connected and you feel like you belong. And I think Mike does that as well. So we had a lot of fun.
Yeah.
As you can see in the trailer too, a lot of dirty dancing and by the pool action.
So good. I feel like it's so many people's dream to be in a Mike White production. What was your experience like working with him?
I mean, I'm a super fan of the show. I've watched both seasons twice over. So this was one of my if only shows as an actor where you watch it and think if only.
Yeah.
So to be in this season is honestly quite ridiculous. And he's also just the most unassuming, kindest, coolest, calmest captain. And he just, it was also, I mean, it was quite intimidating coming into a show like this. It's like the mother of shows. But also everyone could not have been any sweeter or kinder or more welcoming, and it was very genuinely collaborative, and so it was magic.
What was the most uniquely just one-off that only happened in that bubble that's never happened to you on another set?
I mean, holy say it? Yeah. I mean, holy balls, where do I start? But I think it's the experience of staying in these insane resorts that, I mean, it's, which I'm like, I'm never going to see you again, but this has been real. But having it also be just us, I don't think that, I mean, when is that ever going to happen? So it is like the most luxurious summer camp you could ever be a part of, where you're staying at these resorts and it's just us. You're just like, hey, at breakfast, you know.
And I heard that your rooms were actually like the rooms you would shoot in.
Yeah.
So like, that it's like you're okay. It's very comfortable, casual, bougie. You basically stayed at the real White Lotus.
Oh, we were living the White Lotus experience while filming the White Lotus. When I was brought to my villa, it was bigger than my apartment, so I assumed I was sharing. So I asked, I was like, oh, who am I sharing with? And they were like, no, ma'am, this is your villa. And I was like, shut your mouth.
You have made it. You have made it.
Yes.
And you will further sign on to any Mike White production.
Absolutely. Yeah, I've been very spoiled.
It was this epic madcap in the trenches, monitor lizards, sweat, hot. There are 3 seasons in Thailand. Hot, hotter, and hottest. That's what, like the guides would say. You're just like, wow. So yeah, it feels great. It feels great because all that mixes into what it becomes, and that struggle is like it's good for creativity, right? That chaos.
Well, and I have to ask, working with Mike White, he's a genius, and so many people talk about how it's such a unique experience. What was your experience like being a part of his production?
It was, the show started like, we were on strike, so it came together like that. I saw Mike at Jennifer Coolidge's Halloween party, and he just it was like he had one foot in the door and one foot out the door. He's like, hey. I was like, oh, hi. He's like, hey, Vika, I see you, blah, blah, blah. You've been great. Saw you in this and that, blah, blah, blah. And then disappeared, and I was like, because I've run into him over the years.
Okay.
But doing 3, okay, this is the finish of something, at the 3rd season, it's got to do that thing.
Yeah.
So he pulled out all punches, and it's
magic. I think audiences are going to.
I was gone for like almost 7 months from my home. So when that happens, you live in another country, and you're forced to make home there. And I loved it. I loved it.
Finally, you are revealing it into the world. You are throwing it into the ether, and
Well, if I had my choice, I wouldn't. I feel like it's a thing. It's a private experience we all had in Thailand together, and I'm slightly resentful that other people are going to watch it now. We spent 7 months, I don't want to say cooped up together, they go to luxury hotels, but we were in a little pressure cooker together for a long time. We went through a lot of, ups and downs together, and it's just nice to, first of all, see everyone dressed up ludicrously like peacocks, because that's not how we were dressing there. Most of these people I've not seen with clothes on. But just to be able to hopefully have a moment when we don't have all of our representatives around and cameras and the public and just look at each other in the face, and we did that, and it's lovely to see you.
And if you could sum up working with Mike White, how would you sum it up?
God knows, there's nobody like him. I mean, his writing's brilliant, but then as a director, he both takes complete control and gives you utter freedom to come up with whatever you like as well. It's almost an impossible paradox that he does those things. And then he cackles like a demon behind the camera when you get something right, which is like a litmus test of I must have hit something.
That must have felt liberating as an actor.
Completely free, because you're taking wild swings and he's screaming insane things out from behind the camera. Try this! And you're like, are you kidding me? Go on! And then you know that if you fall, he'll catch you. He's not going to use, hopefully, the terrible things.
Yeah.
And so it felt much more like play than anything I've ever done.
I saw 6 of the episodes so far, and you are so phenomenal in it. And I am just so excited for fans to see this, because it's a show everybody loves. When you got the call to work with Mike White, what did you know about the White Lotus? Did you watch the show? And what was it like working with him?
So I'll continue to do that, and hopefully I'll be able to do I didn't go to the audition. They came to my house for the audition, because I heard of White Lotus, but I didn't think that I have any good or have time to do this. It was such an honor, and I'm surprised that he picked me. So finally, everybody, my students, my family, my friends, they say I have to accept this role, and so okay, I have to leave my teaching. I have a school, so I have to leave my teaching for almost a year, during the shooting. But I learned so much from the new experiences, working with American team, and all the international stars. They're nice and warm, and Mike is a director that it's not like the way I used to work with the others. He gave us a lot of freedom to think and to interpret our own roles, or even ad-lib something. So it's very easy to work with him, and he's always enjoy his work, bubbly and smiling, give us a lot of courage. So I love it.
Charlotte is the coolest girl ever, and I did not have to act when she walks into the bar and Chelsea's just like, I've got to be friends with you. That's how I felt about her.
I look at her outfit tonight and I'm like, I want to be friends with her too. Do you see her right down here in the brown suit?
Oh my God, exactly. And she's so different to Chloe. The way she dresses is the opposite to Chloe.
Yeah.
There were so many outfits where she was like, this is the least me thing I've ever worn. And I was like, but it looks so good. It looks so great. But she's
you know, she's so real. She's so real and just so deep. She's so deep and she's so truthful. And we had the best time, but we had like really profound chats and yeah. And I think we kind of, you know, she's the leader and Chelsea, you know, wants to go along with the ride, and I completely get it because Charlotte's very powerful human. Yeah.
Well, I gotta say, you are so magnetic on screen. We got to talk during the junket, but being here tonight amongst your castmates, seeing everybody, having it be released to the world, how do you feel right now?
I feel scared because it feels like this really weirdly private, sacred thing. I think because we lived where we worked and it all felt very like private and in a bubble. Yeah. So like the fact that it's going out is like, oh my God, wait a sec, this is like, it's so sacred. But I'm really excited as well because then I can talk about it and not have to hold all these spoilers. It's like, how am I keeping the information in the love of my life?
I know.
Oh my God, that's my celebrity crush. It's Leslie Bibb. I just realized what my answer is to a previous question.
That you're her celebrity crush.
Yes. Oh my God, I'm so annoyed I didn't say that.
I talked to Aimee Lou and she said that you both just had so much fun together.
Oh yeah, it was instant chemistry.
Building that friendship with her because Chelsea and Chloe, they just look like they have a good time.
Yes.
Did you have some fun outside of filming?
Yes, of course. I mean, we were there were some similarities too because we were both obsessed by astrology, and because I mean we're still both obsessed with astrology, and because we were so far from home and everything and the people we loved, and sometimes we were just trying to make sense of what was happening because it's so overwhelming to be part of a show like this. So I think we would talk about astrology all the time, and look, the planets are doing this right now. That's why you're a little stressed, and yeah.
When you got the call that you were part of the cast, what went through your mind, and how was it?
Sure? Are you sure?
And what was it like working with Mike? Because I hear he is so like freeing to work with as a director. He allows for improvisation. What was your experience like?
I love when you work with a director like that who obviously just loves actors, loves what you have to bring to the table. And you know, a real artist is happy to draw from other people's inspiration as well. And he cackles and he's funny and is enjoying every day. It's amazing to watch somebody have that kind of stamina, let alone enthusiasm.
Well, I feel like my takeaway from talking to the cast is that you all had so much fun and you went on separate adventures. What was one of the most memorable things about shooting in Thailand?
Going and having lots of massages next to Parker Posey. I mean, dream come true.
Could you imagine? Did you ever think this was going to be your career?
Couldn't.
Right?
And I would cry if I knew with joy. It's amazing.
So you're walking away from this show with friends?
Yes, which is amazing. Like it really, we got to stay at this hotel, and initially, you know, that's quite, I rock up, I'm like, I'm nobody. These people are so amazing. And then to feel by the end that it's like lovely to see them is like, oh, thank goodness.
It's just so surreal to be here. I mean, ever since even just getting on the plane from Thailand to here, it kind of, you know, because we had a big break from when we finished filming to actually flying here. You know, it just kind of revamped up the excitement for everything, and I'm still pinching myself, you know.
I mean, look at, you've arrived here. This is real. This is a real moment. This is reality. You're talking to Canada right now.
Yeah.
Let's talk about how many times, like, be honest, how many times have you listened to Born Again?
To Born Again? Probably
like, did you listen as a
four
pump up?
times, I reckon.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because I feel like for me, it was my pump-up song tonight. I mean, it was like, let's get in the mood. But
it's really cool. It's a great song and great artists on it, and I think Lisa did a really good job. And I can't wait to see what else she has in store. Because she said this is just one out of like a full album that she's got releasing this year. So, yeah. We've already danced to it, so it's pretty good.
When you got the call that you landed the role, what went through your mind, and how was it working with Mike?
First, when I got the call from agents, I thought they were going to be updating me about something, and they're like, "Do you remember White Lotus?" I'm like, "Yeah, White Lotus." And they're like, "Well, you got it." I was like, I couldn't believe it for, I think I couldn't believe it until I got there. And even when I was there, every now and again, you're like, am I on White Lotus? Very early on, you get to, you learn that he's always very open to ideas.
Yeah.
And during, you know, you learn your thing, but you come to set, and sometimes he throws something completely new at you because he just feels like, oh, this is going to go this way. Or if you have ideas, you come up to him and like, hey, Mike, would this be silly? Can I try this? And he's like, thinks about it. You could see the process happening, and then he's like, go for it. So it's just, it was great that the moment you get on set, you're like, oh my God, I trust this man completely. With anything he says, you're like, this, I'm going to do it. And it's just a great experience.
Like the video? Then hit the button, or better yet, drop us a comment. Then check out our latest videos here. And don't forget to subscribe by hitting the button here for more celebrity interviews and entertainment news.